Hey everybody, my name is Will Walker. This is the William Walker Company Project channel, and my shop is in total disarray right now. I've got a project on top of a project, just some honeydews, and then below that is these two giant cherry slabs that I'm flattening. But I wanted to get a project out there, so I thought it would be kind of fun to turn a live edge bowl out of this piece of ash. Check it out. So normally I'd scribe a circle directly onto the wood, but in this case the turning would be sort of backwards, and the bark would be facing up at the bandsaw. So I cut a 6-inch circle out of some 1/4 ply scrap on my benchtop bandsaw and then screwed it onto the log. I headed to my big bandsaw to cut out the blank. And a lot of turners will have a set of these circles they keep with different diameter templates. I have one, and I just made it. It's 6 inches. After my blank was roughed out, I took the template off and drilled a bigger hole where the screw was to accommodate a wormwood screw that would mount into my chuck. Then I screwed the blank onto the wormwood screw. Whenever I turn the lathe on for the first time, I stay well out of the way of the line of fire were the blank to fly off the lathe. I'm not a fan of concussions. Then I bring the speed up, making sure there are no vibrations, and start shaping with my favorite tool, the Irish ground bowl gouge. So the way I like to make my roughing cuts is to start at the bottom with my flute at about 45 degrees to the ceiling and push the gouge in sort of a diagonal path, trying to ride the bevel and start making that bowl shape. I really don't see the need to get the blank into a perfect cylinder before shaping the bowl. It's just wasted effort, and a sharp bowl gouge can remove a lot of waste quickly using this technique. And I'm actually pretty conservative with my cuts. If you ever watch a really proficient turner, they take huge bites at a way faster RPM. At this point, I wasn't sure how much of the bowl I'd be able to sand once it was done because of the wings of the bowl, so I practiced a tool finish using a shearing cut on the gouge. The reason I love this tool so much is you can use it so many ways. Push cuts, scraping cuts, shearing cuts. It's just versatile. The next step was to make a recess on the bottom of the bowl. I make mine starting with a parting tool and making a dovetail shaped wall for the chuck jaws to grab onto. Then clean up the bottom with the bowl gouge. If you've never tried turning with traditional tools, I highly recommend it. Mine aren't even the expensive ones, and I love them so much more than carbide. It's just an enjoyable experience. I'll leave a link in the description to the tools that I use in sort of a kit. I sanded what I could, then flipped the bowl around for hollowing. When I hollow, I like to use the mounting hole as a starting place. I work my way in towards the hole, taking small cuts until I have the start of my inner wall formed. And by this time, it's usually time to touch up the edge on my gouge. With a freshly sharpened tool, I got back to hollowing. You can see this cut a little better now. Taking stepped cuts, I feel out the cut, rolling the tool over to find that sweet spot. It's hard for me to describe this cut, and you really just need to feel it. I know that's not helpful. You can see the interrupted cut caused by the wings of the bowl. Then I turn the gouge over and remove material using a scraping cut. I can't use a shearing cut on the inside, so you can see the difference in surfaces from inside to outside. The transition to the bottom of the bowl is tough with this gouge, and ideally I'd have a more blunt angle bowl bottom grinded gouge or a bowl scraper, but I don't have either of those tools. So I grabbed my carbide tool. There's something about carbide that just doesn't feel smooth to me. I don't like the feel. I feel like I don't have the same fine control of a gouge, and I know a lot of turners love their carbide, and to each his own. With the bowl turned how I liked it, I attempted to sand the inside. I scared myself once, so I grabbed a sacrificial pressure applicator, i.e. stick. Scared myself twice, so I called that bowl done. I finished it with a food-safe, homemade beeswax and mineral oil finish. I really just like the way live edge bowls look, and I had a lot of fun practicing my tool finish, and I don't think I did too bad of a job for not really being able to sand the wings at all. If you like these videos and want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments section. If you're new to the channel, I've got a lot more stories like this in my back catalog, so be sure to check out some of those. And as always, thanks for watching.